In today's video, I'm going to be sharing why you may be feeling anxiety and what you can do about it. Alright, so who's this guy who's going to help you with your anxiety and hopefully help you manage it better? Well, my name is Epstein, and some of you may know me from my other YouTube channel, which is The Jump Rope Dudes. Really, in The Jump Rope Dudes, I help people lose weight, feel better physically, and so I decided I want to be more useful. So on this channel here, I'm going to begin to talk a lot more about the mental game. So what qualifies me to talk to you about your anxiety and this mental game? Well, my experience with meditation starts about 12 years ago when I was in college. I was playing college football and I was learning to manage my stress and learning to manage my mind through the use of meditation and mindfulness training. And so at this time I got really into meditation and actually got an opportunity to do a research study at my school where I took people through this guided meditation I created and ended up helping them reduce their anxiety, reduce their stress, and also increase their perceived happiness. So my passion from school carried on to when I graduated, where I started my first mobile app company dedicated to creating meditation apps to help people feel and perform better. Over time, I realized I want to talk more about one of my greatest passions, which is meditation and mindfulness, and how I've used that in my own life to help me with my anxiety, help other people with their anxiety, and just allow them to live a more peaceful and higher performing life. So where does anxiety come from? Why do you feel anxious? And just asking this question is the first step in figuring it out, because a lot of people lack self-awareness. They don't know why they feel sad or mad or anxious or depressed or whatever their physical or emotional experience might be. And so for you, I don't know what specific trigger makes you anxious. Given on the specific day, it might be something different. In general, most people get anxious for a few main reasons. And those reasons are, number one, being afraid of something happening in the future. So being anxious about an event turning out negatively versus, some expectations you've created in your mind that, hey, I want this to be a certain way. And then you start to get anxious, right? Because if you have these expectations and things don't turn out that way, well, that's going to cause emotional pain. And so what's crazy is you're not actually experiencing the emotional pain of that event. You're experiencing the emotional pain right now of, well, what could happen in the future? And that's silly, but we never stop, take a deep breath, and really think about that. And so that is the first step in figuring out how to manage your anxiety, is figuring out what triggers it and being more aware of that. So the problem here is an atrophied mind. It's funny, you see so many fitness magazines and fitness people on Instagram talking about, hey, this is how you could build bigger muscles or become better at cardiovascular endurance or whatever it is physically. But we never talk about the mind and how to build mental strength. And when our mind becomes atrophied, we become mentally weak and we become more susceptible for experiencing things like anxiety. So what can you do about this today? One of the things that I hate the most is when I click on a video like this and someone's like, oh, you have these problems, but they don't give you a solution. So the solution is cultivating mental muscle. And you can do that a number of ways, but the two main ways I'm going to be talking about on this channel are through meditation and mindfulness training. So meditation is this thing that gets built up as something that's really esoteric and intense and you have to learn to do it. You really don't. It's very simple, and I'll actually give you a meditation that you can do right now. I'll link it up in the corner of the video. It takes 10 minutes. If you do that, your anxiety will be significantly decreased. Your sense of well-being and peacefulness is going to be significantly increased, and then you're going to be asking yourself, well, meditation is actually really simple. Why don't I just do this one time a day for 10 minutes to feel way better? I want you to start to just be more aware. If you feel anxious, find out what that trigger is. Why do you feel anxious? And then ask yourself, is it something you can control? And if it's outside of your control, then let it go. And I'll talk more about how to do that in the future. So if you enjoyed this video today and it was helpful and I planted a seed that you think is gonna help you live a better life, then please subscribe to the channel, because I'm gonna be making a lot more videos like this, meditation, mindfulness, basically videos to help you deal with your anxiety and live a better life. Until next time, my name is Epstein. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.